There have been so many errors made in the Richard Allen case that I don't even know how they think they can keep pursuing it. It's not like they stamped the wrong price on a product. They're holding people's lives in their hands. They can't make those mistakes. They don't have that liberty. They started out by misplacing Richard Allen's statement in the very beginning. And then the officer taking the information never once said, hey, that guy looks like the guy that gave me that information. Did we ever do anything about that? Somebody posted somewhere, or somebody on a channel said, why didn't Richard Allen call them up and say, hey, why are you guys showing my picture all over the place? Talking about the picture of the bridge guy. Because it's not his picture. So why would he say that? But back to this conservation officer, Dan Doolin. Dan Doolin helped look for this sweet little boy. Owen was last seen at Riley Park in Delphi at the edge of Deer Creek. This was on May 23rd, 2019. It's said that he was playing with other children. He fell into the water, was seen struggling, and then swept away. His remains have never been found, and I couldn't find any statements from his parents or from the children or anything more about it, but he's still missing. Seems that Delphi has so much tragedy. And there's the story about Jesse Snyder and Dan Doolin and Delphi. Jesse Snyder was on his property with his friends using his equipment to play paintball. So him and his friends were using firecrackers to signify the end of a round and the beginning of a round. I've never played paintball, but that's how it is stated in the story. So Carroll County's finest heard that and thought they were guns. Called for backup, Dan Doolin became involved. Carroll County's finest lied to get search warrants on his pole barn and stuff, and searched and then lied some more and said they found destructive devices, machine guns and stuff. And they didn't. Jesse Snyder was a 28-year-old veteran. Honorably discharged from the military, was making a nice little civilian life for himself. He already had gotten a good job and was buying his own property before Dan Doolin. Dan Doolin was so dedicated to his job that he wrote letters to his boss, and it was in the media saying that Jesse Snyder was a homegrown terrorist. So Jesse Snyder ended up losing his job, his home, and everything he had worked for, including he ended up unaliving himself. That lie involved a bunch of people too, to ruin that young man's life. That's the fine work they do in Carroll County. Says at the end of the article that the prosecutor was unavailable for comment. Wonder why that was.